Okay, Algebra 2, first video. Um, I'm on page 570. Um, Guys, I'm going to try to take this really slow. We're going to have a very slow pace, and if I do go too fast, let me know. But I want to make sure that you guys are feeling good about what we're doing, more so than anything else. And I don't want to bog you down with work. I've seen some of the responses from the students. I don't know if some of them are you or not, but it looks like you're getting a lot of homework. So we're going to keep this pretty short and sweet. And we're going to look at example 1 on page 570. And you'll see this equation here. We got 4 over x plus 3 plus 5 over 6 equals 23 over 18. And the answer, or excuse me, the instructions are to solve. So just a quick reminder that when we're adding fractions, we must have common denominators. Okay, even with this one over here, they have to be the same. So I'm going to put this in parentheses real quick, right? Because it's a binomial, and I'm going to recognize that I have to get this binomial to be multiplied by 18. Okay, I get this thing multiplied by 18 over here. Okay, now this 6. To get it to be equal to 18, I'm going to have to times it by 3. And not only that, I'm going to have to also times it by the binomial x plus 3. Okay. And then the 18 is already, there in terms of the coefficient, but we need to times it by the binomial x plus 3 as well. All right, so we get the same denominator on all three sides, which will be 18 multiplied by x plus 3. Now, if we do something to the bottom of a fraction, we'll have to do it to the top. So it looks like this is multiplying by 18, this is multiplying by a 3 and an x plus 3, and then this is being multiplied by x plus 3 as well. Okay? So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kind of start simplifying some of these fractions. You can see some work in your book here, but to me it looks pretty confusing on how they decided to do this problem. So I would just stay with the math here. 18 times 4 I think is 72. All right, 72, and I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave my I'm going to leave this as 18x plus 3. I'm not going to distribute the 18 because we can cancel things later. Okay, so we'll just stay where we're at. I got 72. Over here I got plus 5 times 3 is 15. So I got a 15x plus 3 on top over, and 6 times 3 is obviously 18x plus 3. Over here we have a 23x plus 3 over 18x plus 3. All right. So now it's the point where we're going to have to start combining things, right? So this whole fraction here, this ginormous thing, I'm going to make into one fraction. Okay. So I have I have one denominator, which is 18x plus 3, and then on top, this is, there are a couple of options here. This is one thing that I'm going to do. Which is I'm going to leave it as 72 plus, sorry, not 17 plus, but I'm going to distribute my 15 here, so I get 15x plus 45. And as you can tell, these two coefficients can be combined. So what is 72 plus 45? I think that's 100 and, is that 117? Okay, so it looks like I have 15x, which is right here, 15x plus, and I think these two added to, what did I say, 117? And it's going to go over 18x plus 3. This is equal to this thing over here, which is the 23 x plus 3 and the 18 x plus 3. Okay, so your screen might have changed a little bit there. I had a quick break. I had to have a quick word with my wife. So we're back here, and we have this fraction is equal to this fraction. right? And so I want to just bring your attention to this thing that I put in the box. First things first, we have the same denominators, right? The denominators are the same now, and they're equal, right? So this is, even though there's a lot of things going on here, this is something similar to saying, like 5 over 3 is equal to 5 over 3, right? These are two fractions as well, just like these are fractions. And notice that the denominators are equal, right? Just like these denominators are equal. And if you notice that the numerators are also equal in this fraction I just made up, okay, so if you're wondering where that 5/3 came from, I just made it up. So the numerators are also equal, which means our numerator, whoop, a little wonky there, our numerators are also equal. So we're just going to kind of forget about our denominator here. And I'm going to write a new line, which is 15x plus 117 is equal to 23 x plus 3. Now, reminder that what I have done is only allowable if the denominators are the same, which they were. They were 18 x plus 3. Okay, so from here we're going to solve it like any other equation, right? I'm going to distribute my 23, and I get 23x plus 69. And then over here I have my 15x plus that 117. Subtract my 15x. Ooh, a little crazy. And I'm going to subtract that 69 over here as well on this side. So this gives me 8x is equal to, I think that looks like 48. When we divide, x is clearly 6, right? X is 6. Now the last thing that we need to do is we need to check this answer, because remember we're dealing with fractions here, right? We're dealing with fractions. We need to check to see if this is an extraneous solution or not. Right? So if I take this 6 and I plug it into the original equation, which I have a lot of work on, but you can see it in your book. And if I plug this guy into this x right here, I need to see if that denominator, okay, if that denominator will give me a 0, which 6 plus 3 is obviously 9, so this answer is okay. If this problem came out as -3, then we would have that problem, right? -3 plus 3 would give us 0. Okay, so I want to try another example here. That was example 1 on what is that? 570. I want to do 1b at the bottom. So I got 7 over 12 plus 9 over x minus 4 is equal to 55 over 48. All right, so we need common denominators, you guys. Common denominators. To get 12 to equal 48, I have to times it. I'm going to give myself a little more space there. I'm going to times it by 4. Is that right? Yeah, 4. And then I'm also going to times it by the binomial x minus 4, right? And over here, we'll have to times this binomial by the 48. And then the 48 we'll have to times by the binomial x minus 4. A reminder, when we do that to both the top and bottom, when we do that to the bottom, we must do it to the top. So this gets an x minus 4. This will get a 48. And this will get a 4, x minus 4 to 7. All right, so 4 times 7 is 28. So I got 28 x minus 4 over 4 times 12 gives us that 48 that we're looking for, 48 x minus 4 plus 48 times 9. Yikes. I'm going to have to use my calculator for that one. Hang on 1 second. 48 times 9 looks like 432 over 48 x minus 4. And then this thing is going to be that 55 x minus 4 over 48 x minus 4. Okay? This is the part where we need to combine this thing right here. Right? We need to combine these two fractions. We have common denominators. Okay? So I'm going to start by distributing my 28 here and here, which gives me 28x minus, what is that? Is that 112? No, wait. Is that right? Let's see. Calculator time. Yeah, it looks like 112. So I got 28x minus 112 plus, remember I'm combining it with this thing, plus 432. It's going to go all over 48 x minus 4. It's equal to this thing. Reminder, 55 x minus 4 over 48 x minus 4. All right? And I'm going to go ahead and combine. You can see that I have two whole numbers there. I've got the, oops, that doesn't have my marker on it. That has 432 minus 112, which looks like it's 320. So I got 28x. This combined to give me a 320. Whoa, can't see my paper. 320, and it's going over. It's going over that 48x minus 4. But remember, see how our denominators are the same, right? Denominators are the same. We just set the numerators the same. This numerator was 55x minus 4. Right, so this is this numerator, and this was this numerator. I will now distribute, which gives me 55x minus, is that 220, I believe? I'm going to go for it and hope that that's right, 220. And then I've got, is equal to 28x plus 320. All right, so we'll solve it like any other problem. I'll subtract my 28x. I'm running out of space, you guys. 28x, right, this cancels. I will add 220 to the 320 over here. These cancel as well. 220 plus 320 should be 540. And 540, over here I've got 55 minus 28, which is a 27x. And now obviously we divide by 27. It looks like our x is 20. Last step, folks, is we need to check that 20 to see if it works. I'm going to plug it into all the x's up here, but there's only one. Right? There's only one there. 20 minus 16 is positive. This answer works. Okay, so this is your video instruction. I'm going to have you try a couple of problems here in the book, but these are not for a grade. This is just for you to practice to get familiar with this skill. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and post the answers to this below so you can check your work as you go. But I want you to try page 576, numbers 1 through 3 all. Okay. That's what I want you to do. Good luck and stay safe, you guys.